This video, like every video, is sponsored by my patrons. Whether you subscribe monthly or give one-time donations, I so appreciate you. You keep this thing going. Thank you so much for partnering with me to help my dreams of creating soul-healing art and music come true. And if you'd like to support me through art, life, and joy, while being the first to get new music, behind the scenes, access to my private vlogs and podcasts, to vote on upcoming content and more, visit patreon.com/Alicia Renice to join the journey. I hope to see you there. All right, it is my last night here and the sun is starting to set and I am feeling good. I'm feeling good. Again, sleeping alone is awkward and it feels weird, and I'm also in the woods by myself. Shout out to Marcus. He was like, it's normal for you to feel afraid right now. Yeah, I'm in the woods. I'm by myself in a cabin and I'm used to sleeping with someone. So, you know, it's whatever. But I feel good. I feel good. I sat outside and just, watched the trees and I felt good. And tomorrow I have an exciting journey ahead. The goal is to go to Shenandoah Valley, Muse winery, because they have a cool, bridge that I want to try. And then to go to West Virginia, Harpers Ferry. But we'll see. That's a lot. That's also a 4-hour drive and I might not feel like it. So we'll play it by ear, but hopefully tomorrow I'll wake up early and then get in the car and head out. And the earlier I get out, the more I can see. So yeah, while the sun is setting, let's answer some questions. Playing the card game again. So here we go. All right, blue, green. It says, I think you're most endearing when, endearing. Let me Google. Let's look at the definition of endearing. Inspiring love or affection. Ooh, I think I am inspiring love and affection most when. Me no know. When I'm being myself. When I'm being my laughing, goofy, loving self. Green, let's see. What would you like to learn from me? How can I help you? Oh gosh, what would I like to learn from you? I just want to learn me. I want to learn me, what I need, who I am, all those things. Green again. Let's see. What do you think you could teach me? Me. I think I can teach myself a lot if I would just listen to myself. I think sometimes with intuition, right? Like it drowns out because we're not listening to ourselves and we're not being honest with ourselves. Or when we're honest with ourselves, we question our honesty or we don't trust it. So if I could just learn to listen to myself and learn to listen to my gut when it tells me things, I think I'll be far better off. So yeah. Deep blue. Let's see. What are bad things you learned from your mother and your father? Ooh, bad things I learned from my mother and my father. I think my mother, I learned to be, bad things I learned from my mother, I think would be people pleasing. My mom's a people pleaser. I know she is. And I'm sure she would agree. But, yeah, I think I've seen my mother fold herself down and keep herself small, trying not to shake things up or, be inflammatory. Or be fearful, you know what I'm saying? And I think it's self-preservation, so I totally get it. But, that has not been helpful for me. It's taught me to be empathetic, it's taught me to be kind and thoughtful, but it's not healthy when you lose yourself in that. Because you're not being thoughtful about yourself, you're not being kind to yourself, you're not being empathetic towards yourself. Bad things I learned from my father. Bad things I learned from my father. That I'm worthy of being abandoned. Yeah, these are some hard-hitting questions. That's what I learned from my father. I will probably talk about that in at a different time. But because it's something I'm actively processing, but I have felt abandoned by my father a lot of times. And whether it was like when I got married or like, and he stood me up, or, when he's supposed to come pick me up and he didn't show up when my parents were separated. And just not being there emotionally for me as I needed a father to be there for me. And I think that taught me that it's okay for people to be flexible around their commitment to me and their commitment to me, their commitment to loving me. And not saying that, like, when people have to change their schedule, I think it's fine. But I think I was accepting way too much. I think I was like, okay, it's fine. It's like, no, that's not okay. That's not okay. So yeah, that was a good question. Let's see, purple. I promise to be less defensive about, how can I be less defensive? Let's see, what am I defensive about? My art. I am very, I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my stuff, but really it's really this unhealthy connection I have to what I create. And I think it's natural. Anything that you make, especially like art especially art, because it is so personal and so vulnerable. You make yourself so vulnerable that you kind of feel like you're attached to your art. You feel like you're attached to the value of what you create to other people. And so in turn, that makes me think that, oh, this person doesn't value me because they don't value my art, or this person values me because they value my art, which can also be problematic. And so I think if I was less defensive about, or less connected, I think, to my art, I would be less defensive about it. Like, I'm like, okay, that's your opinion. If you don't like it, that's fine. But when someone tells me that, like, I'm singing it like, this is awful, I'm like, oh, my soul is crushed. And I think as artists, I think that's natural. But if I could just like put the ego down for a little bit, and not have my value, again, because it's a lot of unlearning that needs to happen. It's this idea that what I do equals my value, equals my worth. What people think about what I do equals my value or my worth. And that's not the case. So yeah. All right, green again. How do you think we can make our relationship more surprising? Ooh. I think I can make my relationship with myself more surprising if I followed the instincts. Like tomorrow I'm going on an adventure, hopefully. We'll see. Depending on the weather, how I feel. But I think just sometimes just doing things just because. I feel like not always. Sometimes I feel like I have to have a reason to do something. Oh, that's not, that's not wise, or that's not, I'll say to myself, that's not wise, or that's not efficient. And really, sometimes you could just do stuff just for the fun of it. You know what I'm saying? And I need to get back to doing that because I used to do that all the time. Let's just go here just because it's fun. And granted, COVID has happened and it's happening. So it makes it harder to do these things that I want to do. But I think I just need to be more intentional about doing those things. So yeah. Ooh. If I had to invent a new kindly nickname for you, I might call you. If I had to invent a new kindly nickname for you, I feel like these things are so weird. So weird. Am I tripping? If I had to invent a new kindly nickname for you, that's why I've been struggling reading these cards this whole time. And I'm like, is it me? Like, what's going on? But no, if I had to invent a new kind nickname for you, I might call you. What would I call myself? Peaches. I don't know why. That just comes to mind. I love nicknames like that. Peaches, Cookie. Yeah, those kind of names. But a nickname for me, it might be Peaches. I used to have this username, like my screen name, Tigress Peach. I got the Tigress from the Tigris River, obviously. But peach, I just love peach flavored things. Peach flavored candy, peach flavored soda, peach flavored cider. I love it. I love peach. So it probably would be Peaches. Peaches. And it'll probably change. But that was just the first thing that came to mind. They call me Peaches. Shout out to For Women. Duh. Okay, it's a song called For Women by Nina Simone. And at the end, they call me Peaches. So nope. It keeps landing on the question mark. And I guess with these, you're supposed to ask your partner a different question. But girl. Okay. I think my best qualities are that I'm creative. I kind of figure things out, and that could be from trauma, but I have like a figure it out-iveness, or figure it out because I had to. And so I can get very creative when it comes to getting stuff done. Yeah. I think that I'm really encouraging to other people. I can help people come up with ideas, pull them along, create a plan for them, or, give them ideas that they may not have thought of before. My best qualities, I love folks. I think I'm funny. I think I have fun. And yeah, I'm a really good friend. So I feel especially loved by you when you, I feel especially loved by me when I feel especially loved by myself when I treat myself. When I treat myself, when I don't know, I guess when I go out and do things and I take time for myself, I take time for me to be myself, I allow myself to just be like a kid in a candy store and just go off, like just go ham, like give myself all the things I've been denying myself all this time. And that could be things, that could be experiences, that could be going places. I feel infinite when I have options, and I love when I give myself options. So yeah, we'll do a couple more and then we'll have dinner. Green. What would you love to ask me but don't quite dare? This is worded very strangely. Just worded very strangely. What would you love to ask me but don't quite dare? What would I love to ask myself? What do you really want? What do you really, really want? Not what you think you should want. Not what, you think you shouldn't want, right? Not judging it. What do you really, really want? Because I think, honestly, I feel like if we ask ourselves that question, we might be afraid of what may come up. Like, oh God, what does that mean? If I want this, what does that mean? What does that mean about me? What does that mean about who I am and what I'm doing? Like, does it mean that it's possible to get it? And I feel like when you ask that question, a lot of other questions come up that you might not be ready to answer. So I'll do one more. Next. All right. What I particularly appreciate about you is, what do I appreciate? What do I thank you for? For trying. I appreciate that I try even when I don't feel like it. Even when I'm not sure. Even when I don't know how it's going to turn out. I like that I try and I give it my best try. So I'm proud of myself in that way. And now it's time for dinner. I'm put on some tunage and eat. All right, it's time to head out. Before they leave, they ask you to wash the dishes. I figure, okay, cool. So now we're gonna try to go to Shenandoah Valley, and I'm really excited. I got my hot tea ready, my water. And before I go, I'm gonna pee because I don't know if there are any bathrooms on the way. And it's about an hour drive, so I just ate, so I should use the restroom. So let's go. Good morning, it is the last day here at the Getaway Lodge, and I had a great time. Got some good breakfast, packed the car already, and now we are going to go to Shenandoah Valley because I love it. I want to go to Skyline Drive, and you can see the mountains, maybe some animals. Who knows, I look very shiny. That's because I'm moisturized. But yeah, I'm really excited. And then we'll start making our way back home. All right, one last look before we head out. Thank you, Philip. Okay. I think we are good to go. Alrighty. Farewell, awesome cabin. You have been amazing. This was great to relax and rest and restore. And now I'm ready to go home. Bye. Bye-bye. And with that, we're officially checked out. Bye to the fire pit. I never tried because it was too cold. Let's go. All right, it says this highway passes through Shenandoah. All right, so we are in Shenandoah Valley. Ooh, my ears are popping. And we are going up these curves. I should have showed you driving through lovely, lovely neighborhoods. But yeah, when you're driving through Shenandoah, you gotta be real careful. Very, 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 very careful. So that's what I'm attempting to do. driving through Shenandoah Valley right now, but I haven't seen like an entrance or anything like that. And I think I passed by Luray Caverns already, so I can tell we're elevating because I have to keep swallowing. Yeah. Gotta keep swallowing so my ears don't pop. Because sometimes my eustachian tube, I can never say that word right, but it gets stuck or it doesn't unclog, and that is miserable. I hate it. And one thing you also got to be mindful of while you're driving the mountain is like bears and just wildlife in general, just kind of running out in front of the car. So I'm always like looking ahead, or trying to at least. And it's winter time, so I can see through the trees a little bit, so that's good. But I don't like these curves. I don't like it. But I understand it's a necessary evil. Yay! There's a car behind me. All right, so I'm out here in Shenandoah, and it is so quiet. It's like eerily quiet. I took a few pictures, and I think I'm gonna try to see if I can get even higher to see even more views, and then go home, because I'm not trying to be out here stupid and be out here with some wildlife. But I'm keeping my head on the swivel, making sure I don't hear no grunts or any animals, because don't want that to be me. All right, let's go. I should also mention, coming in here costs $30, but I brought an America the Beautiful pass, for $80, and it looks like this, right? And so with this pass, for an annual pass, I can go to any national park in the country for a year for free. I mean, well, I paid $85 for it, but if you really count how much the passes cost, so coming in here costs $30 alone. So if I were to visit more parks, then I'd be paying more than $80 to get in there. I'm gonna go and see what this park has to offer. All right, y'all, look at this. Look at how beautiful this is. Ugh. I'm sure we can go even higher. Apparently there are bears afoot. But I'm not gonna stick around and find out. No. Look at this. Oh, so pretty. And if I had food and if I didn't have things to do, then I'd probably stay a little longer, but I gotta get going. All right, y'all, I had to stop at one more Outlook because it's on the opposite side. Okay, girl. Gee, look at that. Alright, so I just pulled up to Muse winery, and I am hungry and I have these restrooms, so I'm gonna get something to eat. And this is what it looks like. It's in Virginia. If you can see, might be backlit, but either way, we're gonna see what this food looking like. Just collective memories.
Oh yeah.
Yay. Hello.
gonna get some stuff.
First one that went that direction.
Yeah!
Number 3. Oh, thank you so much.
Yep.
Thank you. Number 1 and number 4. We're good. I'm gonna try number 5. Yeah, I like red wine. I do. All right, so I just left the winery. Overall, I would rate that experience a 10 out of 10. I mean, actually, I'll give it like an 8 out of 10. Only because the food wasn't really filling. Sorry. Some of my eye. Because the food wasn't really filling, but I also know because it's a winery, the food isn't necessarily supposed to be like super hefty. And so I'm still hungry, so I'll probably get something to eat. But either way, overall, it was a great experience. The people were very nice. The wine was good. I took some home in this cute little bag. So cute. And now I'm off to find some real food because a girl is hungry.